Well, Eddie, we're at the top of the hour. You got anything you want to talk about?
Well, we got to talk about Level Up, folks. It's that time.
Let's
You
hear our
all know it's
spiel.
coming up. You see, we're progressing as we speak. I mean, we're making little fine tune adjustments and finding more folks to make it more interesting. But it's going to be like a one time in a world event. It's going to be the thing that you wonder about and talk about, and that's the beauty of it. Every time I talk to somebody, they say, "How are you pulling it off?" I say, "Voila! It's all these people." And if you're new to the club, welcome. And if you're also new to the club, say hello. And share your thoughts and your ideas. I see more and more people joining us on Facebook and getting into our club, which is huge. It really is. And that's the beauty of this organization. We continue to grow and we're growing on our own merits. We're not growing on the merits of what anybody else or any company or any foundation can do for us because we do it ourselves. And we're funding this thing completely with hope and faith and strength of woodturners. And that's the beauty of everything that's going on. As y'all see every week, we have a little BS session in the first half an hour or so. We talk about the world and we fix things. I think the world's better since we got started. Um, we have a little fun, and we do tease and kid about things, but friends do that, and there's no harsh words, no misunderstandings. And the other day, somebody said, "What if I want to get something and have y'all critique it?" That's not our position. We're not to critique police. We're not the style police. We don't want to take you look at your work and tell you what's wrong with it. I want to look at your work and tell you what I've received from it, what I've perceived, and what I see it. Because every time I see something you turners make turn out, it makes me wonder, why did you do that? And why didn't I incorporate that into my work? You see, because we all have those abilities, you just spark it a little bit. I think of Al Dawson. Every time I see that, I think of Al Dawson when he asks those questions, and you say, "Why did they ask that?" You know why Al asked that? For one reason: his mind wants more input so he can go do more work. So that's the returners we look for. The ones that'll come in and say, "Why? How? When?" Or just scratch their head and say, "Really?" That's the ones we're looking for because that's the fun we get. And we expand this club so much every week. You see, that was our webmaster on a few minutes ago telling us that he's working on a glitch for a major corporation, the IP. They're having a problem. This is somebody that drives websites all over the world. They're having a problem. Our webmaster is going to go help them out. Yeah, we do. That's the kind of people we have. And look at the newsletter we have. One of a kind newsletter. Are you submitting documents? Are you putting in photographs? Are you contributing to our newsletter? Take 1 minute and do so. This is the world's finest newsletter on wood turning. No other club in the world's ever generated anything like this. Nobody's ever tried to. Why? First thing they'll tell you, it takes a little money. Well, we don't have that little money. We have heart and soul, and that's where JJ came from. He wanted to do it. Look what it turns out. They're fantastic. And if you keep your old issues and just flip back through them, I have all mine in the photo section on my iPad, and I'll during the day I'll stop and just keep flipping through them and look through because there'll be things in there I'll see stuff that Dewey turns out, and I said, wow, where did they come up with that idea? Can I fine tune my work to do this or put that finish on that Dane put on that piece? I don't know how to even apply that finish. It looks like a mirror, you know. So that's what we do here. We share information, and every time we get together, more of it comes out. So just with friends about cleaning the junk. It's one of those things folks say, clean it, just spray with WD-40. No, that's my first thing is no, don't keep adding junk to junk. You got to make it clean. We'll talk to you about making it clean and keep it clean. And we'll be careful about what you put on things because it all leaves residue. And that's what's got you. The residue's got you. She says it's got something on it. She thinks it's got this on that on it. That is residue. And it's just clogging it up. Once you get one of those chucks clean, you'll wonder if you got a brand new one because you spin that key and it just moves. It'll move better than it was the day you took it out of the box when you bought it. I'm not kidding you, because the day you took it out of the box when you bought it, it had a solvent or something on it to keep it where it wouldn't clog up or whatever when it was sitting in a shelf for a year or two before, 3 years before you bought it. So they had to coat it. And you didn't clean that coating off. You just went to using it. It was all brand new. Who cleans the new car? So we give you an idea. You clean it, and then you don't put any gook on it, and you don't spray with all that W stuff, and it works like a charm all the time. Makes it real easy for you to clean, real easy for you to use. It's safer, better, and give you better work. And what are we all looking for? Better work. So when you got an idea on how to clean something up, polish it up, grind out, whatever, give us a call. Get on us. Let us know. Write an article for our newsletter. Put it in there. Do a feature for our Facebook, our website. This is your website. We can't go to an editor someplace and buy a piece. We don't do that. We don't go solicit it from outside and go looking for authors and journalists and people to do it. We look for our members to do it. So when you get a minute, you can take a second and give us the input. Put it in there. It's amazing what's in there. Everything we get, everything we share is right here on worldwidewoodturners.org. And folks, think about it for a minute. Is there any other website in the entire world, any other club in this entire world that can say that openly? Everything we do, everything we say is in the front of everybody. No secrets, no cherished meetings, no high-end, highfalutin meetings. We're not even all going to go to Dairy Queen together in Wisconsin. Okay? We might go, but we won't go together and have a meeting. We have to
Him
go
is
there to get,
required.
yeah, we have to go there to get Billy. But we're going to go to, yeah, but we're going to go have a good time. And if they got those fingers, chicken swing or steaks or whatever, we'll never get Billy out of there. But we're going to have fun. We're going to entertain each other. We're going to share wood turning. And folks, we want you to share with us. So when you got a minute, share, bring it out, put it on the table. Tell us what you have. This is your wood turning club. It was built for you, by you, with you. And it's no snow. Nobody makes a nickel on this thing. It's because we love wood turning. That's all I need to say about the subject is we love wood turning. And this is a high point of my week. All right. So if you got something to show tonight for gallery, just put it in the chat. Say, I have something to show. Matt will call on you, introduce you, tell us what it is. I really want to know what kind of finish you have on it. Bob wants to know how big it is. Billy's probably going to bug you on how you hold it. And watch out for Duxbury. He's going to have a way to change it. So that's what happens right here every Wednesday evening on worldwidewoodturners.org. You got it? You got it. Let's go.
Well, Eddie, I'm going to add a little teaser.
What's that?
There's a new column coming to the newsletter, so everybody keep an eye out.
A new
Dane
column?
have been working on it, so keep your eye out for something new that's going to be in the newsletter in the next few weeks.
You got to stop this. You can't keep making these changes for improvements. Come on.
Eddie, I think you're going to like it. So
Y'all giving DC a really bad name. I mean, y'all keep making changes and things keep getting better and better and better.
And it's still free.
And it's still free. That's the problem. It's still free. What I really love about all this is the crossovers, folks. If you could just think about all the different people, I'm looking at a screen now, a big mashed up screen of all the people that's on this computer right here. And this my iPad's down here. There I can get a close up on everybody. But on this big screen up here, I'm looking at everybody, the mishmash of social backgrounds and the careers and interests and the way they live and what they do. Did you see that mix? The mix of people that's out there right now. This is the greatest mix of people to ever get together for a turning event, ever, anywhere. And it's right here for you. And Brenda, what is it?
It's free.
Free. Best free show in the world.
Yep.
New feature to the newsletter. That comes out next week. Next week's newsletter week.
Yep.
This is good. Really, I want to see more and more, folks. And really, I'd like to see something. I hope I don't steal any thunder here. I'd really like to see something from our members about our members. And I'm working on it. I worked on it. I had it up last year, had it all put together, and I killed it for some reason. But I got to bring it back because I think it'd be a good idea. I want to know about you. I want to give you 10 questions, and not personal questions. I want to give you 10 questions about life, about what you do, where you came from, how you got started. And it's a crazy thing, but it's always one of those things that you got to be careful what you ask for. But if you think back, if somebody asked you right now, why do you do this? What would be your first answer? You see? And then you think long and hard about why did you give that answer? And then keep on. You would be amazed at how deep this would go. But if we just had a little tidbit to put in every week about one of these interesting members, one of these people right here, what makes him click? What makes him wobble up and down? What makes him, what about her? Where did she come from? Why does he do that? You know, if we just knew a little bit more about those folks, it may change the way you turn. It may change the way you live, but it will make you enjoy life a little bit more. That's what we're here for. Great, great news. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Love it, man. Oh, boy.
All right. Right. Joe's going to handle our gallery tonight, so be gentle on him. He's a newbie.
Who?
So
That's me,
Joe
me, Eddie.
Gibson's going to handle.
I'm right here.
Oh, hey, man.
Matt got promoted and I got thrown under the bus. So hopefully you all can deal with the issues that I'm going to cause tonight.
Oh,
That's not how it happened, but I'll take it.
We have to call Matt sir or anything like that.
No. The only reason that Joe's doing it is because I can't, because I'm doing the demo tonight. I'm in my shop.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Joe didn't know how to use the word NO.
That's pretty much it.
We'll teach that to you, Joel, later.
Well, Joe, I'm glad you're taking on a bigger role, and I'm glad that I'm sure you'll do just fine. I'm looking forward to your handling the thing adroitly tonight. So
Yeah, you'll get plenty
Godspeed.
of laughs, I'm sure. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get it started off. First up is, and if I get your all's names wrong, please excuse me. And if I do say your name, at least wave on the screen so I can find you to spotlight you, because I don't know a lot of your faces.
we've all done that
But
too.
first up is Jeff Walters.
Yep.
Walters.
Hey,
And I see you. I just got to hit the pin button. I think you're already pinned, aren't you?
a spotlight. You
I am
want to
now.
spotlight
There he
him,
is.
Joe.
Spotlight him, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and use the find a participant thing.
Hi, everybody.
In the participant thing to find people. That's the best way to do it.
Where is the?
He's up now. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay.
Oh, good, Joe, as we go.
I see it. I got you now.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Working some more on some pens. I've got my two latest pens are called Dragon Twist pens, and there it is. And
Pretty good.
they're pretty slick, and they have a tiger eye on the top of them, which is really cool.
Wow.
I had a couple of young people at a show I did in December that said that I should be calling these what the Game of Thrones pens. I go, well, yeah, I'll get a cease and desist so fast it isn't funny. So, but anyways, they said it was very significant to the Game of Thrones, especially with the tiger eye on top. So that's one. The body is an acrylic body. Have no idea where I got that from, but it's a beautiful piece. And then I got a second one here. And what I like about this one is the body is kind of like a scale on it.
Oh,
So these came out real nice.
Very cool.
I had this was the first two I put together, and I had problems getting to work where I put the top on. It was about 1/8 of an inch from the band, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I studied it, and come to find out, I was putting the top on the bottom, and the bottom of the top, and the middle wasn't meeting anywhere. So I got that figured out, and and it came together finally. So
Beautiful.
that's my 2 submissions for tonight.
All righty. Thank
Jeff, I'm gonna
Nice
get
job.
personal. What would that retail?
75.
Nice.
One of my $75 pens. And they sell. They're like the Lighthouse pens, except the Lighthouse lights up, and makes it even easier to sell. So,
That's a nice
Sounds
pen.
like they're-
Tiger.
Sounds like you
Thank
should
you.
raise the prices. I don't know. They're selling hot.
well, I'm
Very nice.
not going to say hot, especially since I only do 2 shows a year right now, and things have been so rough these last 2 years. So I'm hoping in December when I do the next big show that they will sell. I've actually got a meeting with a couple pens off me in August, and she needs high-end pens real quick to send out to her son-in-law who's just been promoted. So we'll see if one of those sell there.
Wonderful. Beautiful work.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is Dave Kingsley.
Here I am again.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, Papa.
Another
Yeah,
OG
no
bowl. This one is
Nice wood.
vaulted maple.
Like the shape.
cool.
Nice wood.
Ooh, I like that bottom.
Thank
You
you.
nailed that OG. That looks really good.
Yes.
That's
That's
cool.
beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yeah,
Like the shape, Dave.
Love it.
I'm having fun.
That's the main thing.
I was going through my blanks and I saw this feather
Ooh.
and I said,
wow.
I've got to take advantage of that.
Wow.
Yeah, that is nice. That stands out.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Looks like a feather.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And that is cherry.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Just it did have a nice top. But that's
Did?
yeah, I sort of caught that.
Still beautiful.
I should have been fishing instead. I like what I catch there better.
Beautiful.
But that's it for this week. Been a fun
All
week.
right.
Those were really nice.
Thank
They
you.
were.
Oh, they
Thank
are.
you very much. And the next person that is up, if I can find her face, is the beautiful Sue.
Hi there. Can you see me?
Where are you? I do now, yes.
All right. I did a couple of things. The first one, I went and I turned it so it was nice and smooth. And then I took a rough sandpaper to it because I wanted it rustic.
Oh,
How cute.
Wow.
I like that.
What's on the bottom? What is that? Is that
And a bat.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Oh, that is
Halloween
cool.
birdhouse.
So it's a bat house.
It's a bat house.
Yes,
Oh.
it is.
That is cool.
That's
Sue, the
pretty.
bats are supposed to be in the belfry, not on the birdhouse.
They rated it.
Oh,
They rated it.
Where'd you
That's
get?
adorable.
How'd you get the bats?
Is it craft supplies? Which one has got from Dale Nish's. Anyways, they're selling the bats, but I'll tell you, putting the bats on there was the hardest thing I've ever done. It took me, I had them all on there, and I kind of dropped it. Well, I caught it midway, and all the bats popped off. Some of them broke. So I had to start over. So yeah, but yeah, I like it. And then I made a pen. We're getting ready for Christmas.
Oh, beautiful.
Lovely.
Like something Santa Claus would have.
I really
Where'd you
like
get
that.
pen kit at?
Is that carbon fiber?
Yes,
looks
it
like
is.
looks like carbon fiber. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And it's the first time that I cheated a little bit. You know, you can order these carbon fibers and you don't have to do anything with them. They just press together. But yeah, I got this from Wood Turnings, someone with a Z. And they've got them available now, but I supported them before they came out. And so I got them early. But yeah, I love this red with the antique bronze.
Yeah, that's a good combination.
Yeah. So anyways, happy Halloween, Merry Christmas.
You don't know what holiday it is, do you?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sue. That was a great pen. I did like that.
Oh, thank you.
Got a little bit done this week. Had a big old chunk of cherry that was full of cracks and knots. And the cracks kind of determined the shape of it, which I'm not real fond of. But
oh, I love it.
Yes.
That's different. That's cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like the way that does. Yes.
Yeah.
it had some pretty figure in it.
Yeah, looks
It
good,
does.
Patrick.
Yeah.
You contoured the inside the way the outside is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Turn it again. Okay, now turn the bottom.
You have
Turn
to
to the bottom. Okay, like that. So yeah, I mean, you have a nice little indentation.
Love
on
the
the bottom.
beading. I absolutely love the beading on the bottom.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, if you don't like it, Patrick, you can send it to me. It's okay.
That's pretty.
It kind of grew on me a little bit. It's finished with spray enamel.
Beautiful.
Beautiful shine.
And then I had a cut off from it that was just right to make a little box. And it's end grain. And I did a little carving on it. And
wow.
put a tea light in it.
That's
Cool.
cool,
Patrick.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Nice.
Wow.
It's nice.
How thin is that then?
Bottom.
That is
Do what,
awesome.
man?
Looked
How
like it was
thin is
about
that?
a 16th of an inch.
It's 3 millimeters.
Oh my God.
So did you draw that out and carve it yourself?
Yes.
Yeah,
Which
that's
it
good.
was actually
That's good.
from a stencil.
Right. Well, yeah, but still, yeah, okay.
I
Beautiful.
love the way you can
None
see
of
the grain on the inside of the carving. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It's kind of tedious, but I enjoyed it.
Pretty piece.
Wow. Beautiful.
And that's all I've got.
All right. Thank you, Patrick. Down here at the bottom, next up is Roger, and I'm not even going to try the last name. I've had issues with it already in the past, so.
Oh, this is an easy one.
Ooh.
Very
It's not
nice.
finished yet. I just turned it today.
Wow.
Mhm. Did you
That's
pour
one
that?
piece. What's that?
Did you
That's
pour
one
that
piece.
out?
All walnut. Just
I think she asked if you cored it out.
yes, I did, Corey.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. That is pretty.
That's all one piece.
We see that.
Roger knows how to
very
make
often, Roger.
one-piece bowls.
Funny, right?
Well, okay.
Right here?
Which,
On the inside, it's got that dark area
Yeah.
there.
But on the flip side, it's white.
Yeah.
Pretty.
See, look at that.
That's interesting.
So
but Roger, when you say you cored that out, so was that the first one that cored out, or did you make more from what you did
I've got another one that I haven't turned yet from the inside.
from the inside of that one?
Yeah.
Okay. How
It'll
big
be a
is that
smaller
one?
one.
How big was
And
that one? Okay.
I
sorry.
finished this piece.
Ooh.
This will be on the demo in a couple weeks.
Nice.
Nice.
And this is where segmenting will mess you up because there's 360 degrees in a circle, but to make this, you don't use that.
Wow.
Oh my. You're gonna really hurt my head.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Here, and I thought I had math down solid. That's
So, all right, I'm done for tonight.
All right. I like the way Roger shows that bowl every week, and every week he leaves a little teaser for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So next up, thank you for humming because I found you pretty quick and easy. Brenda, it's your chance.
Oh my. Oh no. Well, I've got some problem pieces. I've been making a cup, right? My cup, smaller ones. Can you see the T there? T?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, this one, right? Got a nice, beautiful bottom on it. Oh, it's upside down. Right. So I was hollowing out the top of it, right, to add this piece to it, and it busted.
Hmm.
So, yeah, not sure what I'm gonna be able to do with that one now.
Turn it off and put a new piece on.
Yeah.
This
Recovery
is the
time.
new, oh, no. The other one's the new piece.
No, the
Yeah,
Well,
checking point right
I need
there.
to cut this one off.
That's
right.
what I mean. Cut that off.
Yeah.
Yep. Put a new piece on.
Put another piece on it.
Well, it's engraved.
Don't engrave it until it's done next time.
Yeah.
Make it a
So then
floating
the other
bottom.
one, here's my other one. It's upside down.
The other
No,
way.
it's upside down.
There we go.
Yeah. And this has got a T in it too.
Okay.
And the top of this one on here is almost maybe 1/8 of an inch thick. And when I put another one on top of here, it blew off. So after talking to Billy this week, I went and got some tight bond or no, thicking,
Quick and
quick and
thick.
thick.
Quick and thick.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that's going to stay on there now. We'll see. And then, look at this.
That's what I've been looking at.
Look at this.
Oh my.
Ooh.
There you go, Brenda.
Not
you're
put
doing it. You got
together
it.
yet. Okay, but I spent today. I took out the bottom. I turned the bottom today. All right. And that's why I need to fix my other chuck.
All
'Cause
right.
I need
So
to a bigger mortise on here.
what's the wood?
What do you think it is? It smells real good.
It looks like Purdue from here,
It
but
is.
okay.
It's Purdue. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers now on here.
You're
And they're gonna
segmenting
have-
good. You're
they got
segmenting
Padauk in
really,
it,
really
too.
nice, Brenda. You got it.
Yeah. Tell you what, after having a very bad week this week, and then doing, let's see, I sanded down these, added these last 2 of them today too. Sanding these all down today. After I put a new sanding paper on drum sander. which is a pain in the butt.
Are you going to bricklay those or are you going to glue them straight?
I'm a little bit kind of like that right there.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Checkerboard them.
Yeah. With two.
Bricklay is a stronger joint, but that you get different effects out of.
Like that. Kind of offset it a little bit.
Gives you more bonding surface.
Right.
The other
right
all
there.
you 8 points in line.
Yeah. I don't know. So, and these I did all this with that new jig that was it Michelle? Showed us how to cut all these.
Yes.
Yeah. With my new jig. And I did use my radial arm saw to cut them all instead of my table saw, because I couldn't figure out how to cut the 15-degree angles on the table saw. So, but everybody warned me last week, the radial arm saw is the most dangerous saw in the shop.
All right.
Well, mine has a stop block in front of it and a guard. When you let go of the handle, the guard goes down and it can't come out of there behind the stop block. So,
As long as you're comfortable with it, that's the big thing.
yeah.
You did a
It
good
was
job
lot
with it.
easier. It's a lot easier to do with the radial arm saw. Yeah.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable, Brenda.
Yep. So I'll be putting that together in the next couple of days then. See how it turns out. That's all I got.
Thank you, Brenda. Next up is Billy. I see you right here. There you go.
Well, as some of y'all probably know, my back has
Go
been
lay down.
my back has been bad out of commission for about a month.
Lay down.
Not been able to get in the shop. So,
Oh, lay down.
Who's got an open mic?
It sounded like Roger. So I finally was able to get out to the shop today for about 2 hours. Didn't get a whole lot done, but I'm doing a little practice. This will be a live edge, natural edge. Call it what you will. Anyway, this is Texas persimmon. It is spalted. That's what's causing what you're seeing here with the dark brown, because when it spalts, it turns dark. And this is where the pith was. So it spalted even more. And that'll by and large be turned away. But I'll be hollowing out tomorrow. So starting with something simple, we'll see where it goes. Because I've really got to get to doing those urns. Also, there's been some discussion this week between me and Brenda and Bob and some others, Bob Grinstead, concerning that jig. And so Bob was asking me, and Brenda and I went through it earlier, and we were talking about this measurement. This would be for 18 segments, so 10 degrees. And I had to do some figuring because Bob was asking me. He said, from the demo we got, from what we were shown last week, you measure between the lines to get your thickest segment width or length. And that's easy enough. The problem was Bob was coming out with different numbers than Brenda and I worked out a few days earlier. And I think the problem comes in because It depends on where you mark your 10 degrees from. If you take your center point and mark 10 degrees up, that gives you those middle two lines. And those middle two lines, if you take that, say you come out here to 4 inches and you want to figure out your segment length, if you've marked these both if you've got that marked, that right there is 10, then if you measure that, that segment length is only going to be half as much as you need. So what you have to do is you make your 10-degree mark on either side of your center line, and then that's what you measure. So you're measuring a total of 20 degrees here, because remember, we've got 360-degree circle, and divided by 18, that's 20. So you got to have a total of 20 degrees, 10 degrees off of the center line each direction. And if you create your little template that you put in your jig using 10 degrees from center, or 7.5 degrees from center, or 20 degrees from center, how many segments you want, make that angle from center over and from center over. So in this case, it's 10 degrees from center to here and 10 degrees from center to here. So when I did that and then I ran that figure through my segment calculator, I came up right on the money. So for an 8-inch segment, for example, this is 18 segments for an 8-inch ring glued up out of segments at 4 inches on my jig. If I come up 4 inches and I come across, that comes out to 1.499 inches. And if you measure this at 4 inches, it's right at 1.5 inches. So it's perfect. So you don't have to do any math. You don't have to do anything. Just draw your line from center, or from center over this way. You mark your 10 degrees or your 12 degrees or your 22 degrees. And same thing over here. From center, you mark the same. And then when you put this little piece of paper in your jig and you take your measurements from outside diameter to outside diameter, depending on how wide you want that particular ring to be, you get the exact amount you need every time. So this, basically what this does is it takes the place of the segment calculator that I've got in my cell phone. So just a little explanation to try to help clear some things up from some people that were having some problems.
So
Any of that makes sense?
Well,
it does.
If they think about their chisels, it's not a combination 10 degrees, it's a combination 20 degrees if you go from here to here. So it's 10 degrees from center on either
10 degrees from center, both ways.
Yeah.
Which is a total of 20 degrees.
Exactly.
And it should be a total of 20 degrees because 20 times 18 is 360.
Mm-hmm. I got
No. Anyway, that ain't right either. But I worked it out, and it is right if you use from center out.
Yes.
I'll be all right tomorrow, maybe.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're actually
20 times
measuring the
18 is
V
360.
instead of just a half a V.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the problem was, I think Bob made his a whole V, but he didn't make it from center. He made it a total of 10 degrees. And so he wasn't coming out with the right number.
Right. So his jig is actually
It's
5
centered.
degrees, not 10.
Correct.
Yeah, I centered it, guys, but it has to be the 20 degrees, not. He had it written on the paper 10.
Yes.
But he actually had a V out here of 20 degrees across there.
Correct. Right, because it's 10 degrees from center.
Right.
So a total
He just didn't show that on that first sheet.
Correct. Total occluded angle would be 20 degrees.
There you go. The total of the included angle has to be.
And I'm still waiting on
Yeah,
Brenda to make mine.
his jig works great, so.
I'll have it ready when you get here.
You told me that last week.
Yep.
Thank you, Billy. That does help me out some. So when I get mine from Brenda, I'll be able to use it better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Al, it is your turn to show, please.
How's everybody? Haven't seen
Welcome
you
back,
in a while.
Al.
Good.
Well, I'm doing
How are you
great.
doing now?
You're doing the
A
beard.
little bit of,
Al.
pardon?
You're doing the beard too, as well.
Just don't feel like shaving. You know? I ran a little bit of bad luck, so I mean, I've been with you guys. I've been with you guys in the wings. Wednesday, like I said in the past, it's like Christmas. I don't know if Cap ever meant it to be that way, but you know, every Wednesday is Christmas to me, and you know, I got all week to prepare, and Tuesdays I'm scrambling to make sure it's ready for Wednesday. Now everybody keeps saying this is free, and I'm a little older than 18 years old. And I know that nothing's free, and I would like somebody, Dane. I know you're going through crazy crap right now, but you'll see this. Send me somebody's paying for this. This isn't free. What Dave Rhodes is doing, that's not free. None of this is free. I want to donate something. Please, somebody give me a name and an address, because I'm telling you,
Hey, Al.
this is too special. Too
Hey,
special.
Al.
Yes.
There's a donation button on the website.
I was getting ready to say the same thing, Brenda. Thank you.
Is there on the website?
Yes.
Yep.
Brenda, if you would go ahead and let him know about that. Let everybody know about that real quick.
Yeah, please let me know now. Right.
It's just on the website. I mean, there's a donation button.
Okay.
You can donate however
Good.
much you want, or
I didn't know that. Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
it's on the website.
This is too good to just think it's nothing, because it's like a symposium every Wednesday. Anyway, I needed some challenge. I needed a challenge. I found the most ridiculous piece of wood in the world. If I would have went any further here, I would have went through it there. It's a zipper, yeah, it's a zipper. And it's the most punkiest wood I had. And but yeah.
I like it.
Does your zipper move at all, or is it
No,
fixed?
no.
It's fixed?
Yeah, I mean, it's a piece of wood, it's not going to.
Right, I got it, but usually you can move it like an inch or so,
No.
That's cool.
That's
Nice
all I
job,
got.
Al.
I want to do one of them, but I ain't done it yet. Nice job.
Now,
Look,
that an
I got
actual zipper?
this. Pardon? Yeah, I got it. I got it. Joe and Fabrics. That's all.
Okay.
Which isn't in business anymore, but yeah, just what you sew in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but Wednesdays became very special to me. So I'm glad to hear what I heard. So everybody be good. Thank you.
Thanks, Al.
Thank you, Al. That was a great piece.
You guys be good.
You too.
And something is going on with the internet. I don't know if everybody else can see it or not, but I've gotten everybody twitching.
Nope.
No,
I
That's
haven't
fine.
noticed it. No.
I mean, I'm having trouble spotlight the next person, so
Who is it,
Sheila
Al?
White is next up. Where is Sheila? Down
I'll
at the
get her.
bottom. Yeah,
I'm right here.
there you go, Sheila.
There you go.
Hey, guys. The donate button, by the way, is right underneath the welcome button. At least that's where it is in my view. So I have some more bracelets. I don't know if I showed my first bracelets or not.
Really?
Couple basket illusion type things. This one got really thin because I forgot to take out the middle first and had it the wrong size. And then this one's just kind of textured, and then I did some dry brushing over it with the Josanya paints. There's another one that's still on the lathe that I was gonna bring in until I realized I hadn't got the middle out yet.
Sheila,
Those are really sweet. Very nice.
Sorry, what was that?
Would you bring them
Those
close
are-
to the camera?
Okay.
Oh my goodness, they're absolutely gorgeous, Sheila.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Good. Now, how did you do it? Again?
On a lathe.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, I just had a flat
No,
piece
no,
of whatever
not
this
that. I'm
is.
talking about your decoration on it. I mean, how'd you
Oh,
make that?
the decorations, I just cut a little groove and used the wire to go these circles. And then used my indexing thing to just draw lines, and then I
So
used
you did a lot of work. There's a lot of work to do that.
I used my burner and did yeah, I was thinking afterwards, I might have been selling them too cheap. I sold 2 of these already. And
So you did all that first before you cut it off, right?
I did
The
most of it.
decorating first, right?
I did the decorating after everything
Really?
else was all done.
How'd you have the indexing all set up after you did it afterwards? I mean,
Well, I did just drew the lines on with a pencil with the indexing thing, and then
okay,
did the burning afterwards on the lines.
it's a lot of work. That's
So
pretty.
what were you charging as too cheap?
35.
Yeah, you need to charge more for that. Your time is worth it.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
They are very nice. Beautiful.
Thanks. Hope I sell some more. Did I show
think those
the
dimples are
Banksia
cool.
bud vase last week? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't think
This
so.
little guy.
Ooh,
I seen that on Facebook today.
Okay.
beautiful.
If you did show it, it's worth a second look.
That's cool.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's
I don't remember it from last week, but
I
yeah.
don't remember seeing it.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
think
hard-
you did.
What did you finish?
It's just spray lacquer on them.
It's
The lighting
beautiful.
isn't very good
Thank
to
you for
see it,
showing.
but
Tilt it towards yourself a little bit. There you go.
Yeah.
I've never done Banksia pods. How deep do those hollows, those little holes go?
I drilled it out to about 4 inches because I've got plastic test tubes to put in them so they can put water in them.
But the pores on the outside, do they actually go as deep as your coring? Your,
No, not on this one. What have I got? I got a little. So they're about that deep actually. So if I'd hollowed it out properly, it would have gone through. Some are maybe a ½ inch deep. The bigger ones are a little bit more, maybe 5/8.
Well, don't say properly hollowed. You did a beautiful job on that. I was just never turned one, and I was curious how deep the pores went. That's pretty.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain because I've been wanting to do a box and core it out so that it's like a potpourri container with the holes all the way through. But by the time you get down into something solid past the fuzzy, like it's hard and bumpy on the outside, and then you got a layer of fuzz, and then you get to something like this. So this was a fairly big one, and I thought I could do a box, but by the time I got through the fuzz, there wasn't really enough left. So I think my last pod, I'm going to put some epoxy in it and try to keep it the outside diameter and not go into the fuzz.
Beautiful though.
That fuzzy
Nice.
layer is kind of cool though. Once you get to it, it looks like velvet.
Yeah, red
Kind of.
velvet.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I've got one I filled with resin, but I think I sold it. I can't. I don't see it up there anywhere.
Yeah, I have one other one that was kind of crooked and twisty looking. So that was the first one I tried to turn, and I just kind of followed all the weird shapes and kept changing my axis around, and it's kind of really weird looking.
Nice
And
job.
I hope to get some more of these someday, but
You did a nice job.
I have a daughter in Australia who came to visit last summer and forgot that I wanted these, and she ended up ordering 3 of them. And she spent way too much money on these things, like $250 for 3 of them, and had them delivered.
Yeah, they've gotten really expensive.
Yeah. So, well, that's all I got, I think.
All right. Thank you, Sheila. Next, I'm looking for Tim Hatch. And I think I got you.
Wake up, Tim.
Alrighty. Yeah, wake up. That's exactly right. So first off, I want to say thank you to the group. You know, I started with you guys about 5 years ago, and I was in the shop the other day, and I came across one of my first pieces, and it is very ugly on the bottom. It's about 3/8 inch thick, and I just kept that as a progression piece to remind me what not to do and how far I've come from that. Here is a piece that I've done recently, and I've got a craft show coming up. So the shape is a whole lot better, and this is again that honey locust that I showed you all a couple weeks ago. So you know, sharp tools. This one here, I thought the tools were sharp. They were not. So you know, just the things that I've learned from the group. Another thing I've learned from the group, a little maple walnut platter. This one's about 10 inches, and that's going up in the craft show. Little littered box with some embellishments.
That's pretty.
Embellishments, and this is a piece of mesquite. The embellishments are nothing more than, again, just the spiral texturing tool, homemade spiral texturing tool. Another little walnut dish. And again, if it wouldn't been for Worldwide, I definitely would not have progressed the way I've progressed. So the shapes, they've gotten better over the year. The textures, like this one, you see little chatter marks on there. I don't know if you can or not, but I thought that was a cool texture, and I learned to do that by attending all these meetings every Wednesday night. So again, I want to say thank you to everybody as a group. I've learned a lot. For the new members, if you missed any of the demos, go to the website. Every single demo that we've ever done, just like Cabinetti said at the beginning, is in the archive. It's there. And you can sit there, Matt Harbor turning something, you watch something, in Cade Boulder, all kinds of folks, all listed there, and all turning different techniques and teaching you how to refine your cuts. It said that ugly thing, and believe it or not, his brother sold at the craft show for about $40. So anyway, I just want to say thank you and appreciate it. And yeah, back to sleep again.
Good for you.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Until Matt starts his demo.
Also, I did want to real quick stop and say one thing. There is a donate button on the website now. It is still a free club. You don't have to pay anything to be part of it, but if you would like, you could donate as little as a penny or as much as you would like. And like I said, it's up to you if you want to donate anything. So if you do get back into the website, just check it out. And next up is Jim Duxbury.
Ooh, that's
Oh
me.
my.
I can't find him.
He's there.
Okay.
Here I am. I'm hiding. No, here I am.
Somebody
I've
else
been-
got you. Thank you.
Okay. I've been gone for a couple weeks traveling and kind of forgot where I was at. So if I've shown this, did I show loose rings?
Don't
No.
think so.
Yeah, but you can show them again, Jim. We're
Yeah.
happy to see them.
I can't
And you
remember.
have a square ring tool, and I'd love to see that again too.
Yeah. A lot of people turn round rings. This is a round ring. I thought it'd be kind of neat to turn a square ring. This is a square ring.
Wow.
And it just adds something to some pieces. This is a bottle topper with a square ring on it.
That's
Just
cool.
different. And the tool I use to cut it with is the 1/2 by 1/16 M2 steel. But the point of you talked about sharpening tools. Before you turn anything, take some lessons in sharpening, learn to sharpen anything. You can sharpen a cement nail if you know what you're doing. Anyway, the end of this is sharpened right on the tip and in here, and in the center here, in the center. The outside of this is rounded and it's not 90 degrees. It's kind of slanted off. So when you go in to cut 90 degrees, there's a relief in the back here. You're not cutting and hitting the end of this tool. So that really works nice. It's also dead square. And so it'll cut both right-handed and left-handed. So you can come in from both sides. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah, it works great. I've got all kinds of tools. Some I didn't even know how to use.
So how does that make a square as you're spinning?
As you're spinning, you put the tool in just like you would a radius. You go in underneath like this.
Oh, so you're I'm afraid to even tell you what I thought. Okay, so it's square of the ring.
The square ring, yeah.
I'm thinking that the radius around the stem was square, and I would say, how the heck did you do that?
Oh no.
You know.
Also when
I
you
had to
cut
ask
it,
because it's you, Jim. I had to ask because it's you.
yeah. Well, anyway,
So the challenge becomes make a square ring and then do 4 axes and make a square shaft.
yeah.
That's yes. That's where I was going with it.
No.
Don't tempt him, JJ.
No.
It'll hurt my brain.
He's already doing it. I can see it in his eyes.
It can be done, yeah. When you make a square ring, when you make any kind of ring, you rough this out. When this is a solid piece of wood, you rough this out. You turn the top and both sides, down the sides, sand them, burn the lines in them, whatever
And
else,
separate it.
and then part it loose, and then tape a piece of sandpaper on the shaft and run this back and forth. That will save you hours over what I used to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And on a radius one, you can do the same thing, cut it, make it radius, a bead, a heavy bead, part it and then sand it, then part it loose, and then put the sandpaper on here and make this small enough so that you can tip this. So you can tip it back and forth and clean the inside out. Anyway,
Cool.
just another. I make pepper mills. I make a lot of pepper mills,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like round pepper mills.
Just
This is so much easier to turn, and this is turned on 3 centers.
I like it.
There's
Love
three.
it.
Go, Jim. That's it. That's a challenge. I needed to see that.
Well, here's what makes it work. There's 3 pieces put together. There's the center piece is a small stripe, and that's I should have made it more vivid. But anyway, it was when I started. But when you're turning this, now you don't have to have a line on here. You have it you have that insert so you can turn up to that. When you turn up to this point,
Right.
you know you've gone halfway.
Right.
So you don't have to lay this out. That's all done. Okay?
Idea.
Wonderful, Joe.
Wow.
Yeah. It works really nice. It's kind of neat to work. This is Cadillacs and mahogany.
Nice.
I turned stools. I'm going to do some small stools. It's hard to find a big piece of maple. This is 1.25 by 10. These are like little milking stools. But when you do find a piece, it's not very eventful. So I started making glue ups, putting contrasting pieces in so you can make it up out of smaller pieces. And it adds some interest when you get done. Someday I'll show you this when it's done.
Be kind of hard to get that one to fit in those little bitty bottles.
Yeah,
Just say that. Where's the stool sample?
No, yeah,
The
maybe.
stool sample.
Yeah, maybe.
You have to make a big box. That's
Yeah.
why you just have to make a big box.
The other thing is the legs. If you make legs out of cherry or you make legs out of maple, they're just cherry or maple legs. But thank you. My assistant just came up with a stool. This is what they look like.
Oh, that's cool.
That's what they look like.
Beautiful.
Oh,
I sold a bunch of these. And
Okay, did you drill the holes before you turned or after you turned?
I drill holes on the lathe. I
Yeah.
don't use a drill press to do this. I make a template. In fact, I do a demo on this that's really neat. But I make a cardboard. When this is on the lathe, I don't know how I show this. When this is on the lathe, I make a cardboard template. I set my tool rest at this angle, whatever this angle is. I set the tool rest at that angle out here, and then I hold the drill and drill into it without using the drill press. Real fast, real simple. Thing is, if you make cherry legs or maple legs, they're just plain. And if you put two pieces of wood side by side, I've shown this before, but if you put two pieces of wood, what's wrong with this camera? Put two pieces of wood side by side, you get two strips, a light side and a dark side. If you glue them together and then cut corner to corner and take this side and glue it to this side, you get stripes.
that's cool.
And the best part of this is, if you do it, you can make all three match. They're identical.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
So when you turn this, all three are going to be identical.
Wow.
Nice, Joe.
By doing the same principle of things, we were showing pens before. This is a pen with three pieces glued together, so you just get stripes.
It's pretty.
This is the same kind of thing with two pieces glued together, cut corner to corner.
Oh, wow.
You get stripes through the side of it. This is the same kind of thing, cut corner to corner.
Yeah, it's pretty.
On one's turn, it would be like that actually when you make it, but I put it together this way. So
You must be retired or something. You have time.
did you say retarded? This is the same kind of thing with two different size stripes.
Oh, that's cool.
Beautiful. I like Sue's comment. Sue wants to be Jim Duxbury when she grows up.
Yeah, her and me both.
That
So
was safety Sue. That was Sue Bailey.
Oh, oh, there's another one that's two colors.
Beautiful.
I'd settle for being just half as smart as he is.
No, I'm cheap. I use all the scrap. And this is another one that's been cut, corner to corner. What's wrong with this?
There it is.
Been
Yeah.
cut corner to
Beautiful.
corner.
Oh, wow.
Did,
I like the end though, where you got the triangle on the end of it.
Yeah.
Makes it
Yeah.
easier to hold.
Yeah.
I just did, what did I do? 16 of these this week. We probably make 200 pens a year, and that's triangular on the end, so it fits in your fingers when you want to use it.
Yeah. Wow.
No, is that shaped on to make your triangular? Is that sanded?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. It's freehand on the end of a belt sander.
Right. Okay.
It adds more time, but it sells pens.
No, that makes it look great.
Hmm.
I said it makes it look great.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Cool.
My Lord, thank you.
Yeah.
Every time I see Jim get up here, I get scared.
Yeah, you mean, but I'm very relieved to find out that he sands that three sides by hand instead of turning it on the lathe.
Again, he just inspires people to, hey, here's something you could do. So
I got all kinds of stuff. In fact, I got a shop full of things I wish I could show, because there's tools out there nobody's ever seen.
The field trip.
I
field
believe it.
trip.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to schedule a week-long vacation in North Carolina just
You
like
got
hang
it.
out with
You
Jim.
got it.
Only a week's not long enough. I promise it's not long enough.
Yeah, JJ's been here. We had spent a day, JJ and I.
I
can charge
another couple days up there.
You can charge people admission, Jim. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to sell my house and move in with you, Jim.
Yeah.
how close are you from Charlotte?
Oh, Charlotte, probably an hour and a half.
My brother lives in Charlotte. He wants me to come down there.
Yeah.
I'll bring some wood. Give me some wood.
You got it. You got it. Give us a call.
That'd be good.
All right, everybody. We still have 3 more people, but it's the top of the hour. So, Scott, if you want to go ahead and take it over and open it up for the show.
We will do that. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to sneak mine in here right now.
Oh, okay. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
So this was a piece of that catalpa that I was going to use for a lid last week. And I turned it with a ring tool. I wanted to try a ring tool on something that was forgiving. And this was hollowed with a ring tool.
Cool.
Good.
It's down to about 1/16 of an inch or so.
Wow.
I gotta finish the bottom yet. I don't break it when I drop it on the floor.
How was that ring tool on cross grain? Because
great.
My one-way termite says end grain only, but I see people using them on using ring tools on cross grain.
I follow a guy from Finland on Instagram, and he turns everything with a ring tool or a hook tool, and he does end grain, all end grain, cross grain. He even does the outside of bowls. I wasn't brave enough to try the outside, but he does do the outside as well. But I thought for the first one, I thought it turned out fairly well on the inside.
Yeah,
very nice.
Grabby
spot in the bottom. I wish it was as big as the spot on the outside, but it's cool. So that's me. Eddie wanted me to talk about the donate button a little bit. So I'm going to do that quick, Matt, and then I'll go to Safety Sue after that, and then we'll get to you. Okay, Matt?
Yes, sir.
So the demo button or the donate button is up there. If you feel this is a quality program, it's totally free, like Joe said earlier, but there are a few expenses that are covered by a few people here, and the donate button is just so that this club stays around forever. So that's what the money will be used for. It's not going to pay anybody. It's not going to pay demonstrators. All our demonstrations demonstrators are nice enough to do it for free. It's just basically to support the website, and the Zoom meetings is all we're going to use it for. And there's no, you don't have to donate if you don't want to, but if you feel inclined, hit the donate button and give what you can.
Hey, Scott.
There's a little comment with the donate button when you open it up. You can see what a few of us put together to explain what the donate button is. So take a look at it.
Is there an address that I could send a check?
Currently, no, it's a PayPal link, I believe. I don't even know. I haven't really looked at it all the way. Dane set it up. Dane.
Yeah, it is PayPal.
Yeah, it's a PayPal link.
PayPal. If you're not comfortable doing it that way, contact myself or Dane, and we'll work with you and come up with a solution to that.
That's great.
Okay.
That's great. That's great. Thanks,
Scott.
Yep,
Hey, Scott,
not
I did want to add one thing. If I'm not mistaken, last week when we was talking about this, Dane made a comment that when he set up the tax-free business side of this, he made it to where we could never pay a demonstrator, or we could never pay, let's say, you or Matt or anyone else for the jobs they're doing. So any of the money that is donated will go to bills. Not any people will receive any of it.
Correct.
Correct.
Website hosting charges and that kind of thing.
That is correct. That's what it's intended for.
Christmas isn't free.
Right now, that stuff is being taken care of, but we want a rainy day fund, I guess, is what we're looking for.
Yeah, in case somebody that's been paying can't pay anymore, we still got to pay those certain few bills. So this is a way to do it without somebody being out 100%.
Yep.
Right.
Without ever charging club dues. So
yes,
we have folks. We have an original member that is currently paying for this Zoom meeting. We use his license to do this meeting each week. We've never paid for a Zoom license. The gentleman was kind enough to say, "Hey, I own this license. It's unlimited. And this is what it can do, and I can give you a piece of it." And that's what we do. That's how we exist, is through the generosity of just one member for that license.
Yep.
Think about all the other things we get from our members donated. Yes, that's where it comes from. We're not going to stand on the corner with our hands out or think that, or anything like that. We're just telling you that there is operating cost. And if you'd like to help us, please, when you can, if you can. And it's not a competition. Nobody's going to get a big star on a wall. Just feel better in your heart when you do.
Let me interrupt you, Eddie. Nobody's going to know who donated because it's completely anonymous.
Yes. No, this is just, you'll feel better in your heart when you do.
So with that, let's go to Safety Sue.
All right, Sue.
Hi there, guys and gals. Have you got me up there yet?
No, I'm still looking for you.
No,
I hear you.
I'm half there.
I got you. Hang on. Oops.
Wrong Sue. There we go. Hi, everybody. I wanted to talk basically tonight about mounting bowls and being careful around the lathe. Before you start turning, make sure that your piece is securely on your chuck. Push it, pull it. Not so hard that it's going to break the wood, but so that you know that it is perfectly on your lathe, and particularly with face plates. Face plates, you want to use minimum a number 10 wood screw. You want to use the biggest screw you can use to make sure that it doesn't fly off. Now, of course, if it's punky wood, don't use a faceplate, or have it stabilized so that you can, or harden it some way so that screws can stick in there. but you want to use at least a number 10 screw. And make sure that you've got screws in all the holes. When you're going to reverse, if you're going to turn in reverse, make sure your set screw has been set either on the faceplate or on your chuck so that nothing flies off at you. And while you're at it and you're working at all that stuff, remember when you get the chuck, blow it out. Make sure that if there's any debris in there that you've blown it out before you reuse your chuck. And I just want you to be safe, okay? So make sure that your piece is securely fastened onto the lathe before you start turning. Make sure that you turn that piece so it doesn't hit your tool rest. Just be careful and have fun. And I know my holidays, so happy Halloween. I hope I see you all during standard time next Wednesday. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sue.
Right.
Oh yeah, Randy said no drywall screws. That's an absolute.
Oh yeah.
No drywall screws.
I thought I had mentioned that. No drywall, no deck screws.
Right. All right, Matt, we're coming to you. There you go.
There you go.
You were muted.
I'm spotlighted, Scott.
Okay.
I was already ready to go.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody, Matt, and you can unmute yourself.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Billy.
Okay. I've unmuted. Tell me how my audio is, first of all.
You're good.
Okay. I welcome comments at any point, but don't leave your mics open, please. I'm used to demonstrating in front of folks and welcome discussion along the way. Okay. So let me switch first of all to this camera and say these are some of my captured rings. And there's my homemade ring making tool to make circular rings. All right. Because I could. The project tonight is basically this ornament here. And it's got a natural edge piece and it's got a finial on top and a finial on the base. All right, so this ornament here, and it's a natural edge piece. I don't plan to do a spiral ribbon finial tonight, just a normal finial, but I will do the finial on top. And I'm going to make it out of this log here. The hardware involved is basically, this little hook thingy is something I got off of Amazon. And these little eye hooks, they've got little screws on the end. I got those probably from a craft store nearby. But that's the hardware I'm using. To do the drilling, I have a little pin vise with a little drill bit in the end that's the right size for the little eye hooks, and I will do that on the lathe. Any questions about that? Just a little pin vise that holds it comes with the drill bits. I probably got that. All right. So we're going to make this is my practice piece from earlier, and it's got 1/4-inch hole drilled in it. And you can make any sort of different size finial that goes on the top of any kind or shape. Lots of options. So I like the contrast, so I tend to dye them, and they've got the little hole in the top for the eye. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but anyway, and then in the bottom it's just like a bowl. And now when we turn the finial for the bottom, okay, something like that, it's normal way I turn finials is I undercut this flange that sits up, so the things tend to sit flush on the top. But on the inside, it's concave, not convex. So we're going to use a ball connection instead of a flange like this. So it'll fit in the hole, something like that instead. All right. So that's the thinking behind all of this. Any questions on that so far? All right. I'm assuming I'm still online.
You're good.
So, okay, I'm going to mount this piece. This, I believe, is box elder. It's kind of oblong, oval. So I'm going to orient it so that I've got a wider orientation this way. So I'm just going to center it in my chuck like this. And I'm going to start like this. Now, the first thing I do is I want to make a tenon to hold it. So that's what I'm going to do, and that'll be it'll be on this part of the ornament. So this is the orientation, and I'm going to make a tenon to hold it this way so I can hollow the inside out. All right. Face shield. And you all know
So
this.
basically, just like you're turning a banana bowl.
Yep. And I've never turned a banana bowl. So, or at least not that I've known to call it that, but this is my tenon size right here, the smaller ring. Make sure it spins. Deep fluted bowl gouge. And yes, I'm watching the shadow. I'm using shearing cuts to do this with. A little smaller. All right. I'm going to remove some of the bulk here. Safety, turn your lathe off. When moving your tool rest, use tailstock support as long as possible.
How long was that piece of wood, Matt?
About 6 or 7 inches, I think. All right, now I'm going to take a skew and I'm going to clean up and square up my tenon. Make sure there's no debris on that inside corner and make sure that I'm at 90 and 90 so the thing stays in the chuck well. Clean this up a little bit. And that's where we are so far. Okay. Well, look at that. It's going to be pretty. All right. So when I turn this, I'm gonna have, it's gonna be in here like this, and I'm going to come in further this way down here. So the tenon will probably all come off at the end, okay? But that's just the plan, okay? Let's put this out of the way. All right. Any other questions so far? All right. Again, use tail sock support as long as possible. Now, clearly I've got some, all right, so you asked, because you asked, it's about 7 inches long. And I don't know, 3 inches in diameter or so. So let me talk a little bit about what I'm going to try to do here. So I'm going to make my cuts this direction. Tool is going to come in like this. And I'm going to set the cut up as a shearing cut on the tool rest before I even touch the wood. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing that is I want to keep the bark on. In order to do that, I've got to come in it with a slicing cut on it. And so that's the plan. Except because of how the wood is, I may come this way instead first. That's probably what I'm going to do. And then I'll make the cuts. Okay. And I'm watching the profile up here, up top. Can't see that. See if I can zoom out a little bit. I'm watching my profile up top because I can't really tell where I'm cutting. And I'm making slicing cuts, very light slicing cuts. Now I'm going to make one of those slicing cuts in this direction. Okay, let's check it. Now, the reason why we're doing the outside first is because what we're doing is we're setting the outside contour. That's going to be pretty. We're setting the outside contour so that we're going to follow that with the inside contour. I hope that's clear. I don't know what to make of that bark. That's kind of funky. Now I'm going to put it up. Again, I'm watching the profile. Okay. Okay, questions about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it?
I don't see any.
Haven't
Okay.
seen it.
Nothing in comments. I can't see the chat, so if anybody's asking any questions in chat, somebody sing out for me.
We will.
Okay, I'm gonna start to work on the inside. And usually whenever you're doing something like this, a bowl of any kind, you want to make sure that you tighten your chuck before you take away your tailstock support. And that's what I'm doing. And you remove your whatever you had supporting things that's in the tailstock to avoid poking yourself in the elbow, a condition that we call Turner's elbow. Okay, I'm going to start cutting from the center towards the middle. And I'm going to do it again with light shearing cuts. Sorry. And I'm going to set the cut up on the tool rest before I touch the wood. So I'm going to set the cut up like this as a shearing cut, and I'm going to cut towards center. Drop this a little bit. And I'm going to make them light. And I want to set this cut up like this so that I don't abrade the bark. I want to try and keep as much of the bark on it as I can. All right. And that's why I'm doing the cuts this way. All right. Okay. Very light cuts. Much dust in the shop. Sorry, guys. No need to hurry. Let the tool edge do the work. Ride the bevel across the center. Now I'm also watching the outside contours. So I've got that shearing cut set up. All right, probably one or two more passes and I'm good. Okay, let's adjust the tool rest. Let me show you guys where I am.
And that.
I have no idea. It was over 2,000 RPMs. I'll turn it on again and tell you. I usually don't look, Al. I just turn, and if it's going too slow, then I'll turn it up. Okay, so we got some interesting things going here. The bark is coming off, so I want to keep the way that looks. So I'm going to augment that with some fire. You guys have seen me do, so let's get some of the sawdust out of the way. Make sure we know where the this is a craft torch. It's got butane in it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to scorch up the ends where the bark has come off.
Can you go up a little higher on the camera?
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Oh,
can.
That's good, Matt.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Sorry about that.
He beat me to it.
Hey, that's why we have this interaction, so you guys can tell me when I'm screwing up. You can see what I'm doing. So all I'm doing is I'm scorching the end of this, and I'm doing it now so that, as I turn and or sand, which I may or may not do, then I'll be cleaning up the edge as I go. Okay? So now it's all nice and colorful again all the way across. You can't tell where the bark came off. Make sure I don't have anything that'll get inflamed when I turn it back on. Okay. That's about where I was turning. Al, it says 2437. How's that? So I got some. This is a sort of a cleaning scrape. I've got the flute closed, and I'm at as steep an angle as I can manage with the tool rest. Just lost some more bark. May have to get the torch back out again. And now a cleaning, shearing cut across the face, the middle. Okay, now what I'm going to do here next is I'm going to take my skew. I'm going to make a little indentation. And this indentation is for the drill bit because I'm going to drill now. Well, I may torch up the rim again because I've lost some more bark. Oh, I did. Okay. Lost all the bark. That sucks. You guys see that? So that scorches up nicely. So that's good. All right. Okay. I'm probably going to lose. This is going to come off too. Let's burn that up too. I lost all the bark on this piece. It's too bad because the other piece, the bark stayed on really well. All right. Okay. Tailstock, Jacob's chuck. I standardize all of the finials in my shop. I standardize them all with 1/4-inch tenons on them, and so whenever I need a finial for anything, I have a box full of them, and I just drill 1/4-inch holes, and this is what the 1/4-inch drill bit is for. Let's see, that's here. So I'm just putting a 1/4-inch drill bit in the Jacob's chuck and tailstock. And I'm going to drill. And I'm going to drill all the way through. Realistically, most of this is going to come off up here. So I don't really need to worry too much about how to go all the way through, but you get most of the way through at least. And I'm basically drilling on the lathe. It's pretty simple stuff. Make sure you clear out your chips regularly. That's probably good. All right. Questions, comments? You know how when you do a demo and you go and you get everything organized and you make sure you've got everything. Well, I had to dig through some surplus stuff to find a 1/4-inch drill bit because my 1/4-inch drill bit has taken leave of where it should be. So it's gotta love having demoitis go on. Sand that out a little bit. Make sure my hole's nice and clean.
Matt, that's a great idea to standardize your tenons for your finials at a 1/4 inch. How do you size those tenons?
I have a handy dandy sizing tool that I got at my corner pawn store. It's a 1/4 inch wrench. It's not
Exactly
had
what I
any
thought.
Yep, it's not had any modifications made to it, and that's how it works. And I keep it here magnetized to my shop the top of my lathe, because I use it all the time. Okay. Let's see what's next. Okay. Next is we're going to switch back to this camera here. We're going to change centers. So I'm going to take the scroll chalk off and use cone centers, because I now have a handy dandy little hole in the middle of things that I can use. I don't know. Can you guys hear that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, good. Well, I can. It's bugging me. Whoop, enough. Yeah. Sorry, I've got a Malamute who's barking in the background and wants attention. I'm going to make sure that hole's drilled all the way through, just to make sure that I could do it before I take it off of this. So. Now, one of the things that you're always playing a game with here, whenever you're doing anything natural edge, is you've got to make sure that you keep your hands well away from the natural edge. So you don't hack up your hands or anything else. All right, that's all the way through. There, it goes there. That comes off. Okay, so I'm going to use a cone center in the tailstock, and I'm going to use cone center in the headstock also. There we go. So that's our shape so far. Y'all are being awful quiet out there in Zoom land.
Hey, Matt.
Okay.
Explain to folks what you just did, removing your chuck. Some folks may not have seen that and have problems with the stuck chuck. If you could,
Okay,
please.
so, yep, I will. Thanks, Tim. So what I did with the chuck is the jaws are open enough for my chuck key to fit between them. Okay. So I used the chuck jaws to loosen it. So I locked my tailstock with the spindle lock, and then I just yanked it a bit, and it broke it loose, and then I can unscrew it happily. Okay, is that what you're looking for?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Okay.
And that's a 60-degree dead center, correct? You got in the headstock,
Yes,
Matt?
yes, that's it. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, and they're not very expensive on Amazon either. So the problem is it won't grip. So you may have to. I may have to tighten and tighten and tighten several times here. So that's what I'm doing. Let's zoom in a little bit so you all can see what I'm doing. Now I can see I mean, I can try to clean this up, but I think that I'm just gonna do it with sanding afterwards, but, oh, good. So now what I want to do is I'm gonna reduce this section of it down here. And I've got a hole all the way through it, and the cones are in that, so I've got to be careful when I get close to it. But that's what I'm gonna do. All right? And I'm going to do it a little bit at a time. If I try to do too much at a time, if I try to mousse it, then it'll just spin. The drive center won't, it'll be loose on the drive center. And you can get pretty close to your cone center. And let the tool edge do the work, which is good advice at any time. But even better when you get old like me, when you fatigue too easily, let you turn longer if you let the tool edge do the work. And I'm not putting any pressure on this. I'm just letting the tool edge do the work. And these are all, I tend to practice my shearing cuts on every cut. It's moving on me. Hang on, guys. Tool rest was quite tight. It's tight now. All right. And again, keep in mind that this stuff is over here, is spinning will cut your finger off if you're not careful. So keep your fingers inside the tool rest and away from the spinning wood. So let's leave a little bit of a sort of a detail on the top here, kind of a rise, if you will. There. It's a little added feature. It does two things. It adds character to the piece, and it gives you a little bit of a buffer in the bottom in case your tenons are too long. This is again a shearing bevel riding cut. Now, this is getting close to getting through here. So I'm going to be very delicate with getting closer, and then I'm going to take the saw and finish it with the saw.
Just one more cut, right?
Yeah. Well, I could hear it too. It's one of those things I'm listening to it, and I can hear it, and it's probably pretty close to coming off. So I'm gonna exercise the better part of valor and skip demoitis and cut it off with the saw. Yeah, it was nearly all the way through.
If Dane was here, he'd have told you apart it.
Well, you would have, but there you go. So I was nearly there. Junk. That's why the gods gave us Dremels, right? right. Get out my fan favorite handy dandy 100 grit tool.
Matt, was that Dremel tool corded or battery operated?
Battery. This is the Dremel Micro. I use this almost all the time. I keep it in my shop on the charger. It's got the Sabertooth Whisper burr on it, but the yellow extra fine burr works just as well. I take that with me. When I teach classes, weekend classes, I take it with me, and it lasts the whole class, 6 or 8 students without needing to be recharged. So it's a great little tool. I don't think they sell the micros anymore, but this one here, I just bought this past weekend. It's on sale at Lowe's for like $50. Called the Dremel, let me see, Dremel Lite, and it's battery, and it takes a USB charging in it, and it seems to work real good too. So I could.
Is that one lighted too, like the other one? No, it's not.
This one is not. No.
Bummer.
Yeah, I really like the Lite. Dremel doesn't sell that other one. I got that at a garage sale, I think, but it was it was recalled because it has some overheating issues, but this one doesn't have that issue. So anyway, so there's my there's the top of my ornament, okay, and I've got 1/4 inch hole all the way through it, so I can now turn a finial for it, and the finials will fit in like so, right? So let's make some finials. Questions, comments, observations?
Nothing yet so far.
Okay. Thank the gods for compressed air, right? Okay. So pull the sharp pointy thing out of the tailstock. And the sharp pointy thing out of the headstock. And back to the jaw chuck. Waiting for the day that they make one of those cone drive centers that'll fit in the chuck like this. Do they make those? Does anybody know? Because I love this. This is an amazing piece of kit here.
Talk to Bestwood Tools. If he doesn't make it, he will.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, so for finials, I'm going to use this piece of scrap cherry that I put a tenon on, which we all know how to do, right? Now, the way I make standard tenons is I start with an elongated cone. So I'm going to bring up tailstock support, and then I'm going to make an elongated cone that looks like this, roughly. Okay? My tenon will be down here. All right, so that's how I start. And the reason why I start with a cone is because it helps organize your thoughts. So this tenon here, this started with a similar cone, okay? And, it's not quite conical. Maybe it's got a little bit of a scoop in it, okay? But it helps you organize your thoughts in your design on your tenon to get a pleasing shape. And that's how I start off all my finials like that. And then you can begin refining it as you work your way through it. And you always work from the farthest away from the headstock to the headstock to keep the meat to help drive it. You sand as you go, so you don't have to come back and put pressure on the thin parts and so on. Okay, questions on that? All right. Tailstock support as long as possible. Always safety first, right, Sue?
You got it, Matt.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. Okay. Deep fluted bowl gouge. I will also use, I may use the skew, but I will also use what I call a detail gouge, which is basically a spindle gouge with the grind steepened fluted bowl gouge. It's my spindle gouge, my detail gouge. Okay. Now, remember what I said at the very beginning about instead of making a flange type bottom to the finial, we're going to make a sort of a ball finial. So keep that in mind when we get down there. So by necessity, that means that this is probably going to be a little thinner. So there's my general overall shape. I'm going to refine it a little bit more, and then I'm going to get to work on the details. Now, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, all right, I probably want to make this part here more narrow. So we're going to start doing that too first, just to refine the shape a little bit. Okay. Let's go to the detail gouge. To get this up a little closer. Get some reading glasses on so I can actually see what I'm doing. All right. You guys see this? Let me see if I can get you in closer here. How's that? Now these are bevel riding shear cuts. All right. And very soon I'm going to be off of this. Okay. I'm letting the tool edge do the work. I'm not putting any pressure on this at all. All right. Now let's put a little bit of a bead in here because we can. I'm going to get the skew out, make some sharper corners in there. Like that. Okay, now, one of the things that I like, one of the little features that I like is I like to make this little bit that joins this kind of like a big sort of, I don't know, cone or a funnel or something, just to give a good translation. It's a little too big. We'll bring it down. Now I am riding the bevel on this. Now, I'm going to make a sort of I don't know what you call them, a pear or a elongated cone or elongated sort of bead here. So the bottom of that is going to be around here. So I'm just sort of setting that parameter now, and then I'm going to work towards it. A little bit at a time, let the tool edge do the work. Now, with any luck, I'll get a good enough cut with this. I don't hardly have much sanding to do. So I'm pretty happy with that so far. Now, transitioning. All right, let's do a little sanding. See if I can find some sandpaper here. Now, one of the standard practices here, when you're doing things, is to use your finger to support any sort of pressure that you're putting. Now, I'm probably putting any pressure on here at all with this, but it can't hurt. Last thing you want is to spend, 15, 20 minutes making a finial like this and then break it off because you were a little too aggressive on the sanding or whatever. Funny. I know how much you guys love watching sanding. I know I do. Is everybody asleep?
No, not yet.
All right, good. All right. Next bit. I'm going to take this down a little bit here because in the way. Turn it up a little bit more. Okay, so the next feature is going to be about like there. Detail gouge out. You know what? Let's get the skew out. This needs to come down a little bit. It's a little abrupt. Like surface. This is too big. Let's take that down.
Matt, your face shield is obstructing
Oh,
our
I'm
view
sorry.
there.
I'm sorry. Thank
No
you.
problem. You're welcome.
I'm like, I'm doing detail stuff and I'm trying to see what I'm doing. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing now. Just refining the shape here a little bit. Don't let it go too thin. All right. All right, so I think that probably the bottom of my finial is going to be here-ish. So we got one more sort of bead in it, and then we'll call it a finial. The skew. Really about like that. All right. I don't know if anybody will get in here to look, but let's put a burn line in here because we can. Now, at this point, this is the part where I'm going to make a ball connection to the tenon on the bottom and to the bottom of the piece. Because remember that the bottom of the piece is concave, not convex, like the top of a lid or the top of a box is. So this ball here is going to be the bit that fits snugly against the bottom of my piece. So at this point, this section here is going to be my little tenon, my 1/4 inch tenon. And because we're here, and we should, let's sand. Yeah, all good. Okay. Let's see. Let's go with this tool here, which is a parting tool. I'm going to make that little tenon here. It's 1/4 inch. All right. Let's get out our handy dandy little measuring gauge here and see how close we are. We're not very close. We got a ways to go yet. So I tend to make this bit down here the smallest part and then move it towards the rest of the finial, just because it gives you some flexibility. So I'll usually taper it this way. Check it. We're almost there. All right. All right. Okay. Do some vinyl sanding here. Set it away.
Oh, shit.
And we'll take thin kerf parting tool and just part it right off. Okay, so there's our finial. And it goes in the bottom of our piece like so. All right. So now let's turn the top finial out of what's left. Hopefully I've got enough room. This tool. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my skew and I'm going to make a little tiny indentation there. And then I'm going to get out that little pin drill. Looks like this. Put the little drill bit in it. And I'm going to drill this out on the lathe, just hand holding it. And you push it in a little bit and make sure you got to clear your chips out regularly. And you got to be really delicate with this. Otherwise, you'll break the drill bit off. It's designed to be worked, by hand, to be twisted by hand. So that's good. Okay. Not a lot of room to work with here. So it's pretty simple, I guess. Let's see, what do I got here? Let's use this one. Refine it a little bit.
Matt, switching.
Yes, sir. You want me to switch to this camera?
Yeah, that's better, Matt.
Okay. Now, I really don't have enough room here at all for much of anything. So we got to be really careful. But let's sand before it gets too crazy. All right. You better check it. Do with my little tool here. There it is. All right. A little bit more. That should be enough. Yep, and it is. All right. Thin parting tool. And off it comes. Now I got to go find it in the shavings. Ah. It went there. There it is. Okay. Oh, you guys didn't get to see. Oh, yes, you did. Okay. So there's my little finial. All right. And it goes in the top like so. All right. And there's my other finial. It goes in the bottom like so. And there's my ornament. So let me back this off a little bit. Let's see, that's this key. So that's where I am right now. All right. Questions, comments, suggestions?
Very nice, Matt. Good job.
Looks
Thank
like
you.
a parachute.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So I've
Yep.
never done one quite this wide before, but anyway, these little eye hooks just sort of screw in that little hole that you drilled.
Matt, I'm going
Yes,
to
sir.
tell you, I didn't see where you saw that little piece of wood for that little 1/4 inch. I didn't see where you saw it, but that was just great.
Thank
very,
you.
very, very
Appreciate it,
enjoyable.
Al.
Very enjoyable.
There's
I
my
didn't
ornament.
see I didn't see that wood that you had. There you go. Look at that.
Fantastic. Looks great, Matt.
My
Thank
God,
you.
look at that. Beautiful.
So and clearly you could do things like
Very
color
nice.
or dye the finials. There's a lot of choices. There's some post sanding that I need to do on this piece, but that's the piece. I got to tell you that let me show you a little bit here that I was a good 1/4 inch deep into this. So I was really worried about going through the bottom of my tenon. So that's all that's left. So it's
That was the enjoyable part.
you don't do that. It's not safe.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Usually we have a guy on here every week that when they show a new tool or something like that, he usually types it in and posts pictures where you can buy it on Amazon and everything else. But he wasn't on here tonight because you're busy. But that little drill tool, that little handle that you use, when you do get some time later, could you throw that in chat for us?
I will. I'm pretty sure I got it on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure it's called a pin drill, but I've been using this for 10 years, so I don't really remember what it's called. But it comes with these little drill bits. So
Yeah.
We did post a link last week.
Yeah.
It's a pin chuck. It's a pin vise. Yeah,
That's
pin
okay.
vise.
A jeweler,
I'll find it. I'll find it, and I'll find. Yeah,
Pin
and it's
vise.
usually. I mean, it's designed. Let me switch over to this camera. It's designed to be used. It's a twist. It's designed to be used by hand. You know what I mean? But if you're really careful and you go straight in on the lathe, you can get away with it. But I've broken those drill bits. That's how I know that you got to be really careful. I've learned the hard way. So don't do what I did. Listen to what I say.
Hey, Matt, this might help. I've broken a lot of drill bits too. In fine woodworking, in fine carpentry, when you're doing baseboards or oak trim or something, if you want to drill a hole for a nail, you use the nail for the drill. That doesn't take any wood out, and it makes the hole to fit the nail.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
With a pin vise, you can use a piece of piano wire, and it drills that. It opens that hole rather than removing wood. It's much stronger.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new.
Cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Well, I appreciate all the suggestions, and I will
Sure.
look up that link and put it in chat when I find it. Thanks,
I
John.
posted one, Matt.
Okay. Very cool. Thank you, Billy.
I'll tell you
Anything
what,
else?
No suggestions. It was just enjoyable. Thank you.
Oh, good. You're welcome, Dale.
It was. It was a
I
good
strive to entertain. As long as you didn't fall asleep, I've done my job.
You had us all the way to the end.
Well, and nothing came off. I didn't break anything, so it's all good. So I didn't throw a tool or throw a piece or anything. So the worst I had to do was crawl around in the shavings looking for my finial. So,
And he didn't even throw a fit.
And he got it by himself. That's wonderful. And for many of us, that's no longer an issue. We can't do it.
well, it was a struggle, Sue. So, I've got to thank the modern miracles of chemistry and drugs. So,
Yes, exactly.
Okay. If there's nobody else, then I'll turn it back to you, Scott, and your regular programming. But unless you'd like to see something else, I can keep going. So
nice job, Matt.
Great
Yeah.
demo, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for paying attention.
Great demo. I enjoyed it.
Look good, Matt.
We'll let you get cleaned up and back on your other computer so you can sit in a nice comfy chair and enjoy the rest of the meeting.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Scott.
Hey,
Yep.
Dan, welcome home.
Oh, thank you.
And Dan, it's good to see you out of the hospital. That's a good thing.
Yes, it's been a couple of days now, and I feel pretty good about it.
That's good.
Nice home cooking.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, Joe, back to you. If you got a few more galleries, if there's some.
Yeah, I think we have like 3 or 4 more. And next up is, let me see here,
If they're still here.
Bob Grinstead.
Yeah, hey guys. On the same theme that Matt was doing, I made these little boat things for giveaway for Christmas presents. But it's the same type thing, the same. This one just happens to be out of elm, so you get a little color to it. But anyway, they turn out real good, real easy to make. The glass is those little jars like you get flan in or stuff like that at Costco, little dessert type stuff, and you just cut the bottom out. That glass is easy to cut if you just score around it. You can even just to hold the glass cutter down and turn the glass around just to score it, and then you put it under hot water, and then dip it into a bowl of ice water, and it'll just pop right out of there. But
That's a great looking centerpiece, Bob.
Yeah, it is. I've been admiring it.
Yeah. But this little thing has the little candles that go in it, so you can set it off, put birds on it, put whatever you want to on it. But they make good little centerpieces.
Yeah, it does.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
The other thing that I did here was just to make a little ring box out of walnut. So it has the little filigree deal in the lid, and then it fits easy. It's got that French fit, so the ladies can just pick up they might pick the whole box up. They just pick the lid up, and fits back on here. But the grain match was good, so anyway, I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, nice job.
Beautiful.
The finish on this one is a Parfex 3408, just one coat, one and done. Put one coat on it, buff it, and you're done. So that's those.
I like that shape a lot, man. I like that shape a lot, Bob. Really.
No, well, thanks.
Hey, Bob, this is Howard King.
Yeah. Hey, Howard.
It was great to meet you there at SWAT this summer.
Yeah, I enjoyed meeting you too. Meeting all you guys. There's a lot of them I missed last year. So
I guess I was too busy feeding my face, but I meant to tell you that.
Sure. Not a problem.
Hey,
that too.
when Bob's done, can I jump in real quick to answer some questions in chat?
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry,
Go ahead, Matt.
Sorry, Bob. Do you got more?
No, I'm done.
Okay. All right, let me put me back on here and let me switch back over here. So there was a question about the washer deal, orange washer deal on my tailstock. So, and people ask every time I'm here. So let's show that. So that's this thing here. What it is it shows the inner ring is my minimum tenon size. The outer ring is my minimum recess size. So I know that if the outer ring fits inside a recess, that it's big enough for my jaws. And on top of that, it's got a little magnet in it so that it stays, it doesn't come off. And it's painted orange because I've lost one or two in the shavings. So that's that. Okay.
Matt, did you make that, or is that
Oh,
something
oh yeah.
commercial?
Yeah, here's one of the other ones that here's the second one. This is number 3. Here's number 2 that I lost and refound, and it also now has a magnet in it too. So yeah, it's just a piece of scrap wood, and you drill the hole in the middle big enough to fit around your quill, and then you measure you open your jaws to where you want them for a tenon, and make that the first ring, and then you close them to where you want for a recess, and you make that your second ring size, and you just take the measurements and then make it. It's just a piece of scrap wood. So, and the other question was on my the parting tool I was using, and this parting tool, it started off as a straight up Benjamin Best parting tool. It was $15 on Amazon, and I wanted to experiment with the grind. So the grind on it is not quite square across the top. It's slanted at exactly 15 degrees. I didn't start off to make it exactly 15 degrees. I experimented with it until I got it working right. So and it's one side is longer than the other. It's slightly slanted, and I use it for usually I use it for undercutting things, but it's really useful for getting into tight places. So that's the other question. Thanks.
Thanks, Matt.
Yep.
All right. Let me move that spotlight and see who's next. Donna. Let me highlight you.
Hi,
There you
everybody.
go.
So I just made a candlestick. But what I did with this is I live up north and we use them a lot in the storms, and there's no light and you're trying to find matches. So I decided that I would put matches inside.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Brilliant.
And then I thought it might be kind of weird to have a combustible thing inside the candle. So I thought, well, if I had a little metal container and then I put the matches in there, then if it did somehow catch fire and burn down, you're not going to reignite something with that.
Great idea.
So, and then I haven't done it permanently yet, but I thought a little striker on the bottom. So then you can just light the match and then light your candle.
Great
Well,
idea.
I was trying not to make a
Great
box.
idea.
I made a box.
Very good, though.
You did good. Yeah.
Nice job.
Unique.
Yes.
I like the matches in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Bugs did some artwork on it first. I left them there because I thought they were kind of cool.
They are.
I don't know what kind of bugs they are, but
You bug.
Nothing wrong with nature's handiwork.
Yeah, who could think
Yeah.
a bug would be cool?
so that was me. So.
Great job.
Good
I
job,
love-
Brenda.
yeah.
Or Donna.
And let's see. Next up is Doug Miller.
Alrighty. We're here somewhere.
I see you. I see you. There you go.
Uh-oh. Where to go?
I don't know. Your camera went black.
I just
Yeah.
see black
Oh,
screen.
hold on. I got you. I got it. There we go. I've got a
Yeah.
camera that decided to give up the ghost the other day. Anyway.
Made me think I did something wrong.
No, you're fine. Friday and Saturday, I had a 2-day demo, and I'm going to be hard pressed to do another one like that again. But I was working for Easywood Tool that day up in Northeast Ohio, and Brenda could not get her priorities straight, so she didn't come. So anyway, she had important stuff. That was the first thing I did. They had me a stick of walnut. I asked the guy if he could take it in the back and chop it down. And so he made me, I think it was 7 squares. And that was the first thing I did. 100% carbide tools, little sanding, and some abrasive paste and wax. And that's what I ended up with. And that I left that front and center the whole time. Turned around and turned, I had a piece of hackberry I took with me. Little, let's see if I hold it there, maybe you can see it. Little bird's mouth. Same thing. These are fairly thin. Didn't take a lot of extra tools. In fact, all I took was my standard batch of Easy Woods and turned all these. So that was another one that was an awful lot of fun. And I took a half log, little piece of sycamore, and somebody said, "Hey, what can you do with that log over there?" Well, that's what I did. Standard bowl. This had some splits in the edge, and I think you can. There we go. You can see there's a little chip right there in the rim. That's from one of the splits that runs down diagonally. And there's another one that runs right down through here. Which that one didn't give me any trouble at all. That one in the rim did. I could have cut it down a little bit, I guess. And then it's always fun to show off. People say you can't turn pine. Well, yes, you can. That's standard construction pine, piece of 2x6, I believe it was when it started.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And the only thing I was not able to do, I got my tenon down to a nub, but I couldn't get it off. I didn't take any cold jaws, so I couldn't grab it on the outside. So I got that to take off. These I was able to take off because I was able to just do a pressure fit against the chuck, and it worked out really well to do that. But the plate, I don't know. I just didn't take the time. And then I wanted to do something that would draw some attention Saturday morning. And so people were out in the store, and this is a 85,000 square foot store. So I turned this one. That's a piece of camphor. If you've ever turned camphor, it's got lots of smell to it. It smells heavenly. But I just love the wood because of that right there. The color in camphor is just
nice.
beautiful. There's the inside of it.
The shape is pretty nice too, Doug. The shape
Thank
is
you.
really nice.
I've got I'm looking at 2 pieces, and I got a box over there. It's got another piece or 2 of camphor in it. That I can't wait to get into. There's going to have to be some time when my wife's out of town for a day or 2, because it's so powerful. It goes throughout the entire house, and it's just too much. And then lastly, Saturday afternoon, and I find myself, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at my screen over here. Sorry about that. Ernie Conover was turning to my left. You may know that name, Ernie Conover. He designed a shop built lathe that half of America was using there for a while. Anyway,
His dad did that.
yeah, well, Ernie was next to me. Ernie he's a wild, crazy guy. I said, Ernie, I'm going to do something different. I picked up another one of my squares, and this is kind of a la something Al showed us a while back. And I lost that wing. I've only got 5 out of my 6 wings. There's my bottom. It's all cleaned off, nice and neat, all hollowed down. It's hollowed down to about here, just right at the bottom of the wings. But yeah, that wing got a little thin. I was trying to, where is it? That one right there. I was trying to get that wing a little thinner on the end and flattened out. And I got, and trying to get these lines, that line right there, I was trying to get a nice arch in it like I did on the top. Those are fairly even. And I just got, it was not exactly square. And so I got that wing a little sharp or a little thin, and I touched it, and it plunked off right at the very end. But anyway, that's something I did this one actually yesterday. The one Saturday I left up with Hartville Hardware. And but I did this one yesterday, and that's something I'm going to play with that design a little more. I think there's something to it. Get it where everything is nice and even all the way around, upper level and the lower level, and get it where it can be set, where it's worth sanding and getting some finish on it. And I think it'll be a lot of fun.
There are so many different things that you could do putting that cube on that center like that.
Absolutely.
I mean that is so amazing. I was watching your video with us, and there are so many things. And like you said, like when I tried to attempt to make a good demo, but there's a lot of ideas.
Yeah,
that
there really is.
There really
Variation. lot of variations on the theme. Ernie said, "I thought you were going to do a three-pointed bowl," and I said, "Yeah, three-pointed bowl plus another three." And he said, after I got done with it, he said, "That is really interesting." He couldn't believe I actually did that, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I got one of his books, by the way, and autographed, and I'm excited. Anyway, that's all for me this week, guys.
Doug, I'm glad to see that you were
That's good.
you were actually able to turn without me there. I'm
Absolutely.
sorry I couldn't.
I got
But
her
you made it.
done.
You did it.
I got her done.
Oh, good. I can't be
Thank
there
you,
every
Doug.
time, Doug.
The next one up for show and tell is Randy Smith.
Our local wood turning club does what we call story arcs, where we pick a design or an object and we try to turn it, and each one over the month, and it's usually three or 4 months. So this kind of month was we made these little spindles, which are key rings. And the nice thing is that the key ring has a removable part to it. So if you are going into the car dealership and having your car serviced or something like that, you can give me your car keys without giving me your house keys. And so I did this one. It did not come out very well because it was the topic on this arc was mixed media, combination of wood and acrylic. So this one, unfortunately, I turned down, and I turned away all the acrylic, and all that's left is just the wood. This one, however, get it back into the middle here. This one actually is a mixture of wood and acrylic. And so that was what I demonstrated. And my demonstration was finishing. And so I did that this last 2 weeks ago.
Very nice.
And the other thing I wanted to show was I want to share my screen and okay, folks, this is my ghost pen. It did not start out that way.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Look
Now-
at him, big old smile. Wow.
Let's see if I can do this.
It's Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah.
Here's another one. That's the same pen.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is rather
that one ain't
odd.
so friendly. Oh wow!
It looks like Stephen Myers. And I did not intentionally start to do this. It was just a black and white pen blank. And I thought, yeah, okay, let me turn that. And so that's the way it came out.
That came out awesome.
Yeah, looks good.
My grandson.
So
would
that
love
was kind of it. Oh, by the way, I did finish deburring all the pen blanks. And my hands are tired.
Nice
Yeah.
job.
I bet.
That's it. Have a
Thank
happy
you.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you.
Next person up is our infamous Doug Rowe.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What's happening, everyone? Been a while since I've been here again, getting busy with the school year, and now wrestling starts Monday, so I'll be super busy. But I did find time to get out here and make another snowman. So, I thought I was making a snowman cookie jar. My wife says it's too small. It's a snowman candy jar. You can decide for yourself. But, so hat comes off. So you could put slightly taller things in here, but head comes off,
Oh my.
and then
Nice.
bottom. Yeah, And it was a limb, so the pith is still in there, and there was lots of cracking. So we used about 10 gallons of CA glue and sawdust. But
You can hold two different kinds of M&Ms in those.
That's right.
Cool.
That's pretty clever. That's pretty clever. That's
Oh, yeah.
pretty. That's nice.
Yeah, he'd have M&Ms with peanuts and M&Ms plain all in the same jar.
That's right. Or M&Ms in here, and then you could, I don't know, put candy canes or something in the top that would stick out because the hat would still cover it.
Nice job, Doug. Nice job.
Cool, Doug.
That's pretty cool.
That's all I got tonight.
That was great. I like that. Next is Howard King. Is he still in here? Because I can't find him. Never mind. I just found him.
Hey.
There he goes. Hi, Howard.
I found him.
Hey.
Howard.
Oh, how's everybody? Great job there a while ago there, Matt. Great job.
Thank you, Howard.
I learned two or three things, and so.
What'd you learn? What'd you learn?
Put him on the spot.
It's okay. You've been very.
I got a short memory.
Your posts have been very inspirational this week, Howard. So it works on both ways. So good to see your stuff.
Yeah. Once a year, the Alabama Woodworkers Guild, they have a jury show where you enter things in, and they have judges, and they judge on design and finish and joinery and all kinds of things, about 4 or 5 different things. And so I had entered this in it.
Oh,
as
wow.
a box. It's a little box, elevated box, and I was lucky enough they awarded me first place on it. So
Nice.
anyway.
Congratulations.
Heck yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Anyway, the base here is blackwood, African blackwood, and the stem is African blackwood, and this natural edge piece is cherry burl.
Ooh.
And this is the lid and the finial is African blackwood. In fact, this is from one of those clarinet bells you can buy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You understand? So anyway, that's what that is. And last time on those clarinet bells, they'll have voids and stuff in it you can't see. And so I don't know how they reject those unless they got X-rays or something to look at it. But anyway. So anyway, that's a little
Very nice.
elevated box. So
Beautiful.
Newsletter, Howard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
And Glenn is up next. And I don't see him either.
Hang on a second. I'll spotlight him for you. Maybe.
I got him.
You got me?
Okay. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. This past Saturday at our club, we had a monthly learn and turn, and we all got together and we turned some snowmen, but we've come up with the idea of making the snowman, but where the hat comes off and they're crayon boxes.
Sweet.
And so we this way we left them plain. We left them plain, and that way we're gonna give them to the local children's hospital here, and that way they can paint them with the colors or use markers. And but we had a number of guys show up, and so we'll have a bunch of them to turn into the children's hospital. Probably in a couple of weeks. That they have plenty of time to paint them before the Christmas holidays. So
very
That
nice.
pine?
yeah, this is just pine. This is just some so you can see the line.
Wow.
I just glued up some 2x4s. I just bought the stud material, the real lightweight,
Okay.
Because your southern yellow pine's too heavy. This way, this one's a lot
Beautiful.
lighter, and but that's all I got.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Great idea for the kids.
Yeah, it is.
And Scott, that is it on everybody for show tonight. Unless I missed somebody, if I did, please let us know now. But other than that, that's all I've got.
Sheila White said she did something similar to Matt's and she can show it. So unmute yourself, Sheila.
Okay. This is the one I did that I stained the top. It's smaller than Matt's.
Yeah,
And it's
mine
got
was a
like-
little big. Very nice. Very nice,
That's
Sheila.
pretty.
It's just as pretty.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
pretty.
Very nice.
I'll tell you that.
The other one kind of lost the bottom finial.
Cool.
Nice. You can fix that.
I probably can. But will I? See if I can find the finial. It's probably in the box there somewhere. That's all.
Nice.
Very nice, Sheila.
Very
nice
nice,
job.
Sheila.
Scott, are you available now?
Yeah, I'm talking to Dane for a minute. Can you kind of cover for me for a second? He's
No.
messaging me.
I'm sure Billy will have something to say. Billy.
Yeah, help out, Billy.
For once, I'm speechless.
Uh-oh.
Billy,
I thought I'd never see the day.
Billy,
What, Sue?
can the folks sign up for our level up yet?
No,
You know,
wait.
that's a good question.
No, not quite.
I don't think we're ready. Yeah.
Okay.
We're still setting up the pay link. And with Dane being kind of down and out for a few more days, I don't know how much he's really worked on it. He's struggling a bit with his denture issue, and he wants everybody to know he's feeling better, not a little better. And he was at the dentist today. They fixed his dentures a little, so he can eat a little more. So, but he still says he still has stitches. So things
Yep.
are a little slow for him. Hey, Doug, are you by your camera?
Yeah, I'm here.
Why don't you ask your question about the 3520A? If anybody's got one, what do you want to know about it? Because they're a lot like the B.
Right. So it's just there's a guy not too far from me, and he's selling one. And I went and saw it. It's in great condition. The thing looks dang near new, but obviously it's not new if it's an alpha, probably made in the 90s or something. But he's got a bunch of other accessories with it, and he's asking. He was originally asking 3,000. He didn't get any bites at all, and now he dropped his price to 2,500. I don't need another lathe, but I'm like, is this too good of a deal to pass up?
For an A, I'm thinking that may be a bit high.
Okay.
3,000 for a B, they'll go for 3 all day long,
Yeah.
if not 35.
Well, I just seen one here up by my up north club. The guy bought it. The motor was out of it and the VFD was out of it, and he paid 2,700 for an A.
Wow.
Check to make sure the tool post is 1 inch and not they had some of the A's had 1 1/8 inch tool post.
Yep.
Which means you don't have anything that'll fit it.
Okay.
But you can always get I've seen on eBay where you can buy a B tool post and it fits on an A.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but the B is a 1 inch as well.
No, some of the A's are 1 1/8 inch.
Some of the A's were 1 1/8 inch.
A's were 1 1/8 inch, but not all of them. Well,
Yeah, depends on how new it is.
Yeah, and I
But the
don't know.
bees went to 1 inch 2-post.
Yep.
Right. So
But
the guy that's selling it, he's willing to wiggle on the price because he didn't pay for it. It was an old school wood shop many years ago had shut down because the teacher had retired and they didn't have anybody to take over. And apparently this guy had pretty much furnished the whole workshop, the school's workshop, with his own tools, and he was just done. The guy that now has it was a cabinet maker by trade, but not a turner. And so he's like, well, you're the only guy I know that does woodworking, so all these tools are yours. And he couldn't say no. So he brought them all home. And now he's older. He's closed down his cabinet business. And this lathe has been sitting over in the corner of his shop. And he said, I've moved this thing like 3 times. I'm never moving it again. And so I was like, I don't need one, but how do you, I don't know. So I just wanted to see if it was too good.
Ask him to take 2 for it.
I was going to say,
Just
ask him
take
if he
it.
take 22.50.
yeah,
Just take it.
The other thing that he's throwing in, which again I don't need because I have the Wolverine sharpening system, but he has an old Tormek sharpening system.
Oh.
And I was able to find that one online, the exact old model that he had, and people were still selling them for $500.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tormacs bring a lot of money.
And
Yeah,
I-
they do.
Man, is that thing going to be better than what I have? I don't know. It's definitely older than what I have.
if he's giving you a Tormac to go along with that for that price,
2,500 is fine.
yep,
Yeah, take it.
2,500 is a good deal. You better take it.
Well, now,
If you can get
That
the
put the
lathe
lay
and
at
the
2,000 like I told you to go offer them.
yeah,
I mean-
if he's offering you both for 25, oh yeah, I'd take it.
Yep.
Because he's got to have some lay tool jigs to go with that Tormac.
Yeah, I went down there and I saw him.
The jigs are $150 a piece
Yeah.
for that
And
Tormac.
you can get all the parts for a Tormac. They make all the parts even for the old ones. They're all the same.
And then he had a variety of turning tools. There was one quality Thompson gouge, and the rest I didn't recognize the name. I mean, they look like they're in decent conditions, but I have no idea if they'd be, the equivalent of a Harbor Freight or the equivalent of a Thompson because I didn't know the names.
Is he throwing the turning tools in there too?
He is.
And
Take it. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'll buy the Thompson from you. What is it?
I want to say it was a 3/8 gouge, if I remember. It was quite a few weeks ago that I'd gone down there and saw it. He lives about 50 miles from me.
well, you might want to contact him, see if he still has that stuff, because he's
I was just looking on his Facebook Marketplace, and it's still sitting there.
Yeah. It never hurts to have a secondary or backup lathe.
$2,500 is a steal.
Yeah,
I think it's
that's a good deal.
Especially if you're getting tools, the Tormac.
Right.
I mean,
I'm sure there's probably some chucks somewhere along the line.
yeah.
Yes, the chuck that's on it was also a quality chuck. It's a Vic Mark.
Oh,
my
gosh.
What are you waiting for?
Holy
Zach?
crap.
That's
a $300 chuck.
Yeah.
Take off from school tomorrow and go get that thing.
The money just keeps piling on top of itself, Doug. Yeah. I'd be all over that like white on rice.
Yeah, I'll kick it around with the wife tonight, see what she says, and I'll say, the experts in the club said to go get it.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to get this extra check for coaching wrestling. That'll pay for half of it.
See? There you go.
Hey, Doug,
Yeah.
you don't need it. Don't get it. Just give me the guy's name.
I can do that. His name is Plumber, and he lives in Black Canyon City, Arizona.
Yeah, that's a couple-hour drive for me, though.
Yeah.
About 20, I think.
20 hours?
Probably close to it from Indiana.
If you pick that up, Doug, and you don't want some of the oddball tools, let me know because I'll buy them for the steel.
Okay. Well, I'll
Now,
let you guys know if you hear a very loud scream from the out west that says something like "Hell no," then you know the wife said no.
now repeat after me. This old thing, I've had that for years.
Doug, I've had my new lathe for almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Wife just found out that I had it last
Bingo.
You buy it and ask
Oh,
for
me.
it's a lot easier.
Now the other thing we'd have to figure out as a club, we'll have to make this a Wednesday after hours thing, but we're gonna have to rearrange my shop to make it fit.
That's
Oh, you got to have a shop stretcher to go with it?
I might. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to tear out the back wall and extend the shop.
Just take over the other side of the garage.
I don't have another side of the garage. The whole thing.
He's already taken the whole thing.
However, the workshop is connected to the garage with the cars in it. So if I tore that wall out,
that's exactly what I'm telling you. Just put a 6-foot door in that you can go in and out.
Now, do I convince the wife to park her brand new van out on the driveway, or do I park my newer truck out on the driveway?
But
neither.
That's what you sacrifice, and you park the truck out there for letting me have the other half of the garage.
See, I like the way you think. Yeah. Look at what I would do for you, honey.
Yeah. Yeah, my Harley ran my wife's van out of the garage. I like to never live through that.
Ooh.
Well, dang.
Aren't you glad you asked the question now?
Yeah, like I said, I've been looking at it, and what makes the whole situation really funny. So, I'd seen the ad on Facebook Marketplace, and so I didn't want a lathe, but I just assumed, well, if the guy's selling lathes, maybe he's got other stuff that he wants to sell. So I sent him a message. It turns out it was the grandson that had posted the ad for the grandfather and said, my grandfather doesn't really understand Facebook, so I'm just trying to help him out, but I'll give you his phone number. So I get the granddad's number. I give him a call. We arrange a time. I drive down there. And he goes, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what this stuff's worth. I'm not a wood turner. I was a cabinet maker.
I said I'm coming. Don't hound me.
Wow.
And so I said, I'll help you out. And so we sat there just Googling things and looking up stuff and whatever. And I wound up buying one chuck. It's a Nova that had some cold jaws on it. And I gave him $100 for it. And the jaws were on the chuck really tight. And I said, I don't know what kind of chuck is under here. So I might be ripping you off. I might be giving you more money. But if you're willing to take a chance, I've got $100 on me. I'll give it to you. And so the jaws, if they were new, I was able to find them. They were anywhere from about $80 to $90. And when I got home, I pulled the jaws off, and that's when I found it was a Technitool Nova, which sold at the time, or if I bought it brand new, roughly $100, $115. So I don't know. I figure I did all right. I probably got them for about 50% off new. And again, they're in good condition. They were missing the two little levers to open and close it, but I got a couple of drill bits that fit in there just fine. So anyway, so when I'm down there talking to the guy and I tell him I'm a school teacher, I'm retired, but I'm a school teacher. He asked me where and blah, blah, blah. And he says, well, I don't know if you know her or not, but my daughter is a principal at a school in that school district. And he tells me your name. And I said, I know your daughter and I know her husband. What a small world. And that was kind of crazy. So
the way the world works.
Yeah. But I mean, he lives in a small town. We live in a small town USA, I guess.
Good night, Dale.
Well, we are officially in the after hours, so we can chat about anything and everything that you want to talk about.